Being a BO4 lover myself, I actually really enjoy BO4, and though I do not really like the systems, I gotta say, some of the maps and the Easter eggs are good, and some of the boss fights especially. But Voyage of Despair is typically on my list regarded as one of the worst BO4 maps, and probably the worst BO4 map actually, and might be one of my least favorites of all time. After playing through this map, I have different opinions. I still think it's bad, but I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was. Welcome to the BO4 Voyage of Despair analysis. I know I said I wasn't going to do this in the classified video, but I decided to give it a go, and I actually was able to complete it surprisingly, pretty swillingly though. So let's go and hop into the map layout of Voyage of Despair. Oh, so this map is actually very, very unique because this is actually the second map of all time to actually introduce a maze. That is right, guys. The first map to introduce a maze was Buried, and now we got a very big and complex maze known as Voyage of Despair, the map itself. This map is a complete maze. Not only does literally everything look the exact same in the under area, but also everything is just so complicated in the underneath of the ship. So we have the spawn side of the ship, the stern, which is not too complicated. But I actually forgot about the area underneath the captain's area. So that's pretty cool. You also have the mail room. And then you have the middle of the ship, which has the grand staircase, and you have the dining area, the lounge. I can't even tell the difference. Literally, everything inside of this map is a complete maze. Now, where things begin to get complicated is where I feel the galley and some areas I didn't even know the map existed. For example, the entire left side of the ship I didn't even know existed. The whole hallway, not the right side hallway, not the where you have to go on top of the lifeboat, but the right side where like a greenhouse looking thing is at. I'm not sure, but this map layout is absolutely monstrous. The downstairs of the ship is complicated garbage and doo-doo, okay? And also, this map is so big. I don't like running 50 miles with a portal fast travel system that does not go where I want it to go, okay? Why don't we have a cool fast travel system like a, well, actually, I don't really know what you can add on this map as a fast travel system. Maybe like a lifeboat. That'd be weird. A flying lifeboat, maybe. I think it would actually be better than using portals. But we also have the one-to-one recreation of the Titanic, okay? So these Treyarch had a ton of money at their disposal when creating Voyage of Despair. And they wasted it on Voyage of Despair. And they wasted it on trying to make it a one-on-one recreation of the actual Titanic disaster thing that happened in 1912. I think it was 1915 or 1912, around there. And the whole point of us being on the Titanic is wasted, which we'll kind of get to in the Easter egg area. But I mean, I don't care about the map being one-to-one recreational. I want it to be fun, okay? I don't care. Some of like Revelations wasn't even one-to-one. I don't care. As long as the map's fun, I enjoy it, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, let's go and hop into the gameplay. So we might as well go and talk about the thing that all KS maps had. The Blight Father, except for Dead of the Night, but also Catalyst Zombies. The Blight Father is a ginormous amalgamation of a creature that spits on walleyes and pack-a-punch, can slurp you up like Thanksgiving dinner, and also this man can literally deal quite a lot of damage to you, and this guy has a tank amount of health. Now the Helion Salvo can deal with this guy quite nicely and your specialist, but this guy can be a pestilence. Good thing it doesn't spawn in that much. Now, these ones aren't too annoying, but I find the gas ones kind of a nuisance for one reason. So if you get near them, they will deal damage to you. Now, the biggest problem with these guys is if you're trying to regenerate health and you go near one of these guys, they can stop your regeneration. That's the biggest problem with these guys, that they can stop your regeneration. But other than that, these things aren't too annoying. They do kind of like make your screen go weird, but they don't necessarily blind you. And they're not too bad, honestly, but they are needed for the Voyage of Despair Easter egg. So that's pretty cool. Well, technically all of them are needed for the Easter egg, but the gas one is needed for a new upgrade for a wonder weapon on this map. But the next one is probably the worst one in the water elemental variant. So these guys are fought underwater for the Easter egg, but these guys probably have the best wonder weapon upgrade. But these things are pests, okay? So these things not only go around the entire map and make the zombies do 75 damage instead of 50, making it easier to die, but they also make their health increase. These little pestilences are the most annoying things on the entire planet. They walk around like they're trying to rob a bank. And these things are just cursed, and I hate them. And they're also shorter for some reason because they're like old people. They like are bending down. I'm not sure what this is about, but I actually hate the Easter egg part where you have to go underwater for these guys. These guys are extremely annoying, and I hate them. And they make the zombies stronger, and they're just cursed. The electric zombies are probably the second not most annoying boss, the third most annoying one. This one isn't too bad as long as what am I saying? As long as he doesn't scream in your face, you won't get blinded and deafened. But these things are pretty fast actually. But these things aren't too hard. The Easter egg part for these guys aren't too hard either. These guys are actually pretty easy to defeat. And like I said, as long as they don't get right up in your face and scream in your face, you won't be blinded. I don't find myself dying to these guys too much, and I don't find them that too big of an issue. I've actually never used the wonder weapon upgrade for these guys, but I don't know if it's good. Probably not, because there's only one that's decent. The fire variants proved to be pretty annoying. I think this is the second worst, on the water one being the worst. But these guys, when they get close to you, will blow up on top of you, or if you kill them, they will blow up. These are pretty much napalm zombies. They're also pretty slow, just like the napalm zombies. But don't worry, because if they're the last zombie alive, they will sprint at you. But these things aren't too big of an issue unless you want magma on your screen, and if you get close to them, it's kind of like a death trap. These things do like 125 damage. These things are pretty powerful, and if you get comboed by a water zombie and a fire zombie, it's almost like a death trap. We might as well also go ahead and talk about the Stokers. The Stokers is a brand new type of boss zombie that is pretty much like the boiler room type people. So these guys carry around shovels, and I could be wrong, but I think these guys have a ranged attack, but they will sprint at you, and they have a very interesting noise when you kill them. It sounds like coal being crushed, because it is. But these guys will run at you, and they're pretty much just like a typical boss zombie. They have a little bit of health, and they have 3 sections that you have to defeat. With the Helion Salvo, you don't have to worry about that. But these things are really, really easy with the Kraken and the Helion Salvo to kill. And I don't find them too annoying, but they do spawn in like once a round, so that's pretty big issue. Catalyst zombies and the Stoker zombies are an extremely bad combination. And these things, you can have up to, let's see here, there's 4 Catalyst zombies, 1 Blightfather. There are 6 different enemies on this map that are different from the normal boss zombie. If you count the boss on this map, there is 7. This is ridiculous, because not only do you have in the later rounds like 18 Stokers spawning in, a billion Catalyst zombies, 15 Blightfathers. This gets really insane, and you will be seeing the Stokers a lot more as the round progresses. But the Catalyst zombies are pestilences. So let's talk about the brand new wonder weapon. This is a brand new wonder weapon that was introduced on this map and is called the Helion Salvo. This thing is the best. Oh, I forgot. That's not the wonder weapon this map. The wonder weapon this map, the Kraken, is an utter disgrace to society. Not only is this thing maybe be the least satisfying weapon to use. I don't like killing zombies. It sounds terrible and unsatisfying to use. Let's take something like maybe what's satisfying to use? The ray gun, the wave gun. Anything like that, not the Cannon Kraken. This thing looks sick and it fits in with the map very well, you know, Kraken, water. I get it, but you know, it's just not good. So you can pack a punch it, but you could also equip 4 different elemental upgrades from the Catalyst zombies: poison, fire, lightning, and the one that I think is the best in my opinion is the what's it called? The ice variant, which summons ice tornadoes to deal damage to enemies. This is probably the best variant, but I actually don't even use this thing once I get it for the boss fight. So, yeah, but you do need the poison variant for the Easter egg, I guess. This thing is so bad. Let's talk about the real weapon, the Helion Salvo. Yeah, this thing is just the wonder weapon pretty much. It's an OP rocket launcher. Once you have PhD with this thing, you are invincible, and this is one of the best weapons of all time. Extremely, extremely good, and couldn't ask for anything different. So this map obviously takes place on the Titanic, but I'm going to talk about how promising this map was, but to start off the map, it seems really promising at first. The iceberg hits the map, and it has some of the best starting round 1 music of all time. I mean, just listen to this.
Snatched the artifact and started this whole thing. Damn right, I just punched your freaking ticket.
I mean, did you hear that? That was epic. Da, da, da. Now, we got 4 maps at the release of Black Ops 4, Voyage of Despair, 9, Blood of the Dead, and Classified. Now, the map that probably had the most expectations of at least the Chaos crew was actually the Voyage of Despair. 9 did not have that much love going toward it. And this map was an utter disappointment once we got it, honestly. I mean, it's like not even that good. But let's go ahead and get started with the Easter egg. So we're playing as 4 brand new characters that we've actually never seen before. Shaw, Bruno, Diego, and Scarlet. Yeah, Scarlet. And Alistair Rhodes, which is Scarlet's father. But these 4 people are on a mission to figure out something about like Alistair Rhodes, aka Scarlet's father. They're on a mission to find them with like the Order, which is people with like red forehead things. I'm not sure about that, but so the first step is to grab the Sentinel artifact, which is also pretty much the power switch of this map. Which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, the Sentinel artifact is a pretty cool like mirror thing. I'm actually not sure. It looks like a mirror, so I'm guessing it's a mirror, but very, very cool indeed. So that's very, very cool. The next step is to activate Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch isn't too hard on this map. You just gotta activate 4 panels, and unlike Blood of the Dead, you actually know where the Pack-a-Punch machine is. So that's good. But we have one of the most annoying steps of all time. Now, I'm just gonna say this now. The clock step on this map, one of the most annoying steps of all time whenever you think about it. When I load up this map, I always dread the clock step. Once you actually get to doing it, you'll realize it's actually not too bad or hard. It may be annoying to search around the entire map, and if you get one thing wrong and you don't complete the step, you don't even know what you got wrong, so you probably have to go do all that step again. But you gotta find a clock, and then you gotta find a symbol, and you gotta do some things with like the Titanic, I don't even know what the heck these things are called. They sound like punch tickets that you punch into a machine at work. I don't even think that's a thing anymore, but you know, it's interesting. This step is pretty weird, but there is one thing that I don't like, and that is the fact that since we're on the Titanic, you'd expect the map to, I mean, sure, it wouldn't be sinking, because how the heck would high rounds happen? But it's not even sinking in zombies. I mean, nothing's happening, but I think what should happen is as you're doing the Easter egg, not doing high rounds, the Titanic will slowly start to sink, and eventually at the end of the Easter egg where you fight the boss fight, you should be at the very end of the ship, and it'll be like going up, it'll split apart and something cool like that. Because why are we on the Titanic if it's not even sinking? The whole point of the Titanic is that it sunk. Why? Why are we doing these types of things, okay? We might as well just be in a house if we're just going to do these types of things, okay? You know, the next step is pretty easy. Just get some, what am I talking about? Get some zombies that are, catalyst zombies and kill them next to an outlet, and then do a few lockdowns with each catalyst zombie. And the most annoying part about this map, in my opinion, doing this run, was getting set up. You have to get the Kraken, and if you want to do this Easter egg as quickly, I mean, efficiently as possible, you're going to need to get 3 things out of the box, or you're going to have to do a free quest for the Kraken. But you're going to need the Kraken, the Helion Salvo, if you want to do this efficiently, and homunculuses. These things will make the boss fight, I mean, the game so much easier, especially homunculuses and Helion Salvo. Okay, these things are literally OP. So you gotta hit the box quite a bit on this map, and it wouldn't be a problem if the box literally moves every 5 seconds, I feel. So annoying, but you know, you got the Helion Salvo, which is an OP rocket launcher, and Homunculus, which is a stronger version of the Monkey Bomb. Very, very useful. And then you have to do the Catalyst Zombie outlet step, where you have to go defend each of the areas, like I said. And then you're on, and then you gotta go, use the Acid Kraken to shoot some of the pipes inside of the boiler turbine room area. to flood the ship. Pack-a-punch the Sentinel artifact. Why are we flooding the ship to activate the Sentinel artifact? I don't know. And the character says that helps. I don't know how they know that, but and then we can just drain the water. That's not how the Titanic works. We can't just drain water after pouring it into the map. It's so useless. But then we're on to probably one of my least favorite steps. People seem to like this step. They like this map, but it is the planet step. This is a step that requires you to look at a solar system like little decoy thing, shoot planets down from the sky, which I must admit is pretty cool, and then you gotta go find an orb, which is at the symbol that, which is equivalent to the planet you just shot down. Which, why are you collecting orbs? Yet again, I have no clue, but at least you're shooting down planets. But the problem is, every time you shoot down a planet, a ton of zombies will spawn, and the time you get to that orb, there will be a literal army of zombies camping the orb. I don't mean like chasing you. I mean they're actually going for the orb, not for you. And then once you arrive, there will be a Blightfather, a Stoker, a zombie army, whatever the heck you want, you got. But you gotta shoot down all these planets, which is pretty cool indeed. But then you get to the sun planet. Once you shoot down and collect the orb, you will then be on to one of the coolest steps in zombies, actually. This is the iceberg step. So what you gotta do is, there's actually kind of like strategies you have to do, but you actually have to break down icebergs, which are literally tanks. You have to shoot these things with so much ammo and stuff, but you gotta take down these icebergs that are blocking each doorway. So, you gotta continuously keep breaking these icebergs using your special, using your Kraken, using your homunculuses. No, you can't even do that. Using your Helion Salvo, and using homunculuses so that zombies aren't constantly attacking you. But once you get to the front of the ship, you can then break the iceberg at the very front of the ship, and then you will transition into a very strange underwater, aka inside of the iceberg that hit the Titanic. That's right, guys, at the beginning of the map, you're inside of the iceberg, and there's like a tree thing. I'm not sure what I don't know, guys. I really don't. I don't know if you guys expect me to know this, but there's a tree, okay? And then you gotta activate the Sentinel artifact, and then you will transition into easily a top 10, maybe even a top 5 Treyarch Zombies boss fight, okay? This boss fight is absolutely insane. You are fighting a giant eyeball. I'm not sure what, I don't know why you're fighting an eyeball, but you're fighting a giant eyeball man. And this dude has 5 phases. I don't know if this is the most phases we've had in a Treyarch Zombies boss fight, but there are 5 stages to this boss battle. The first stage is easy, just kill Blightfathers and zombies, nothing special. The eyeball doesn't do anything, he just watches like an eyeball does. The second phase, you're inside of the cargo hold, but it's not too bad. Actually, I don't know if it's the cargo hold. I think it's actually like the turbine area, the engines. But this guy literally is still watching you, but instead of just watching you, he actually summon in ice tornadoes that do the same thing that the water zombies do, and give the zombies 75 damage and more health. You just gotta do the same thing, though. The tornadoes don't actually damage you, but you just gotta do the same thing, kill zombies and Blightfathers and Soakers, and an easy clap. Now, the third phase is where you actually have to do damage to this guy. So this guy, you'll be in probably one of the most cramped areas of this entire map. This is the staterooms area. This guy will fire a beam down a hallway, and you have to shoot this guy. The Helion Salvo will 2-shot this guy. Not for the entire phase, but 2-shot this guy, then he'll stop. You gotta repeat this a few times. You'll probably use like 10 shots of this. But if you have homunculuses, this set will be easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then you'll transition to a weird like little area where this guy will be firing his beam yet again. This is probably the easiest, maybe one of the easiest phases of the boss fight though, where you just gotta shoot him when he's firing his beam. Easy dub. The zombies aren't that big of a problem because there's not that many. There's not anything special. There's just normal zombies. But you just gotta kill this guy yet again. And then it's the 5th and final phase, okay? This guy will be pretty powerful in this phase. There will be Stokers, there will be Blightfather. Actually, I don't know if there will be Blightfathers and Stokers, but there will be zombies, and these things are going to be strong. So he will fire a beam, and you have to deal damage to him. Every so often, he will do a wipeout attack, which if you are not if you take too long and do not kill this guy before he does his wipeout attack with 4 Helion Salvo shots, you will get downed. He will insta-kill you. It's not like the DE fight where you can hide behind something. He will insta-kill you no matter what. So you gotta do a lot of damage before he does the wipeout attack. Once you do this like 3 times or 4 times, he will die. And this is one of the hardest Easter eggs in all of Zombies history. But what happens now is you'll play the cutscene. And I want you guys to do something while you watch this cutscene for me. Count how many lines are in this cutscene for me. So let's go ahead and watch the cutscene and count how many lines there are.
It all just went back to how it was before. No one will ever know.
That apparition. I've seen it before. I know where it is.
Is it somewhere you've been?
No. Only in books. But I do know its location. Greece. Delphi, to be specific.
Then that's where we're going next. If the bad guys are there, there's a good chance my father is too.
How many were there? I counted 5. Yeah, 5. 5 lines. For 99% of this cutscene, they don't even talk at the beginning. The ship's flooding. No speech going on here. What is this gameplay? Why do we come here? Why do we even stand for what we do? No lines for the first 40 seconds of this cutscene. Actually, I don't even think this cutscene is 40 seconds long. But the coolest part is that it's kind of a cliffhanger, kind of, not really though, because the Bruno is actually one of those people that is a part of the cult thing. But this is gonna be the end of the map here. So this map could have been so much better if it was better. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Easter egg. Next episode will be 9. I hope to see you guys there. And thank you for joining me on this map analysis. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.